All right, all right, all right. You all know what time it is. It is glow time with absolutely one of my favorite glowers, the first glower to give me a spot and a shot on her panel, as well as bring me in as a featured guest. Uh, I cannot tell you all what a pleasure it is for me to be able to have her as a guest on this platform less than a year after my debut on hers. Absolutely. So y'all better get y'all crowns up. Y'all know we stand 10 toes down. It is crown before clown. Get the crowns up, get the blowers up for our diamond princess.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to Omega Courtney
Hey,
channel.
hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Oh, yeah,
Lord
Friday,
Tyvek, I was
finally.
waiting to see that. I knew number one had to be here.
Oh, yeah,
And
he
so
is
I'm
always
super
here.
excited, Diamond.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how excited I am. Hey, Aaron, we're going to just do some salutes to some people in the building because they are packing it in here for a Friday night. Y'all know it's got to be live if y'all in here on a Friday. Brother Azure Saint, welcome to the live. I think this is your first one, so welcome, welcome. Brother Iron, always showing the super support for the Glowers brand and the channel. Thank you so much. Of course, where would we be without our Miss Elite in the building? Thank you so much from jumping from your live to jumping on over. Underrated Darkness, welcome, welcome. The first in the room today was none other than Brother CER Senior coming through, representing. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being in the building. My bestie international and my duet partner, Brother Board Session. Thank you so much. We also got Queen Lady J up in here. That is my home girl. Thank you so much. So we are repping big and Lord Tyvek. Absolutely. So we are ready to get started. Diamond, this is your platform for the next 20 minutes. I would love for you to share your journey, your startup with your brand and your platform, and why your presence is so important and vital to the YouTube scene. You know, I have some things that I want to discuss in regards to it, in regards to the significance of ladies like yourself, ladies like us who are single, who are educated, but definitely finding a disconnect with finding a counterpart. You know, so definitely,
Right.
you're welcome. Welcome. This is, like I say, your stage for the next 20 minutes. And then we're going to drop that link. We're going to have people come up. I'm telling you, people were emailing me. They were texting me all week. They were saying, Courtney, is this show going to go down? Because it was, last week. And I said, no, no, no. We are going to do it. She's in the building. They're excited. Like I always say, it's only right that I promote my queen. Thank you again for allowing me the opportunity that you did to me, that you extended on your platform. Thank you for opening up the 1K subscriber glow live party with me. Thank you for just always being just a point of support. Absolutely. I really appreciate it. And being literally my first and my best moderator in the game. Thank you so much. So I'm going to jump on out and go in and let have. I am coming on out.
All right. So, thank you, Omega Courtney. Omega Courtney came into my live back in March where we was just having a panel discussion with Sitting Pretty and Viva by Xtina. She is the strongest woman I have ever known. She is just like a big sister to me. And I made her my moderator on my channel, and I became a moderator on her channel. So it's like I'm kind of taking up after her because I seen her glow up, especially after her divorce from her husband. I seen her, being a single mom and taking on the responsibilities of taking care of the household, stuff like that. And I appreciate women like Omega Courtney. So thank you, Omega Courtney, for giving me the space to talk to your viewers. So basically, my channel is Diamond Princess. My previous um platform name was Black Princess when I first started. I started back when I first started back in it was before New Year's when I started my platform. Actually, it was a couple of days after I started my platform back in 2019 when we was having that government shutdown, and that's when Donald Trump was president. And I decided I didn't wasn't on a divestment journey yet because I just started school and I was still trying to figure myself out. But I was in also a pro black sector. I was pro black all the way. I was for black women. I was for black men. And when black men was getting shot up and killed by the police, I was like, yeah, the police, we gotta get them responsible. We gotta stick up for our black men. But what really changed my mind about the whole pro black thing is that there's a lot of hypocrisy in the black community where people will be pro black one day, but they would be having a non-black spouse another day. For example, black men, for the most part, be doing that. Just like Phil the Advice Show, I'm pretty sure you guys remember that. And he, I was used to be described to his channel at one point, but when it came out that his wife was a non-black woman, all hell broke loose from there. And not only that, we were getting a lot of disrespect from black men, even though we were supporting them when they were going to jail, being falsely accused or something. and and I was like, I'm done with this. So I had to find another path because even though I was pro black and I was in a pro black woman, I still did not know what path I was going to, and I was in my late 20s. Well, I was, sucker for black people. But here's the thing, y'all. I started finding channels on YouTube that I can follow on YouTube, such as Love M, Straight Up. I later found Miss Elite and um, and Crystal Swirls later on, and so I found Cam123, and I found Miss Elite through Cam123, and I saw her comment section. She is so hilarious, and what I found out about she had a channel was Art Banaka because I shout out to Miss Elite. I love her. um, I found out she had a channel was through Art Banaka, and I was like, whoa, she has a channel? Let me check it out. They say, she was coming like people would say that she is a troll. I'm like, whoa, she's a pretty good troll because she does it professionally. Whoa, that's the best troll I ever seen. Shout out to Miss Elite. And I started to follow her channel because she's really funny. She is very, very funny person. So I love you too, Miss Elite. But so when I started following these people, that's when I decided to take another direction after, hearing their perspective and listening to it. Kind of woke me up after, that. And I started to take the divestment route, especially with Love M, because Love M kind of got me out of that pro black stuff because it just wasn't worth it. to be around people that is very dysfunctional, and being around people that have bad behavior. I'm not saying that this is every black person, but for most of the black community, it's kind of like kind of like that problem. We kind of like kind of promote violence and all that stuff. And the reason why I decided to divest with the other people is because I did not want to be a part of that dysfunction. So anybody that's coming in to the live, please get your glowers up, get your crowns up. Please like this channel, get the likes up, and also subscribe to this channel. This is the best channel that you could be on, because this channel will help you with your glow up journey. And trust me, this channel, when I first subscribed to Omega Courtney's channel, it helped me a lot in my journey. Kind of keep me focused on what my goal is. Because I started school back in 2016, and I had to stop for a minute because I was working a lot. But I finally started going back in 2018 to finish up. And Omega Courtney kept me on that path to reaching my goal of success. And not only that, I am reaching my goal of success. Calm down over there. I am also reaching the goal of my weight loss journey. So I haven't weighed myself yet, but I lost a few pounds. I'll probably guess. I'm just gonna give you guys an estimate on how much I lost weight. So in the beginning, when I weighed myself, I was almost 300 pounds. So from almost reaching 300 pounds, I lost about 30 pounds. So that will probably put me like 115. My math is kind of off. So, and it's all because of the people that I am subscribed to, that I have the courage to keep going on and to keep me right on the track that I need to be on. And it made me a stronger woman today. I am a divested woman. I've been around dysfunction people, and I had enough. Like I have, like you know, friends, like my friends. I don't have dysfunctional friends. Trust me, I don't do all that stuff, because when I was going to Job Corps, there was a lot of dysfunction going on in that community. You have people acting ratchet, want to start fights. It was so ghetto. And not on that, it was the middle of downtown LA. So we thank you everybody in the chat. It is great. And it feels good too, losing all that weight. But I'm gonna get back on that in a second. But it's something that, I when I was going for child development at that time, before I went into a history major. So I was like, I had to hurry up, get my certificate, and get out of here, because not only were the students dysfunctional, so was the staff. There was a lot of stealing going on in that Job Corps. Is Job Corps worth it? If you can stand it, because a lot of people over there. Go have your mommy do this. Have her fix it. I'm on a live right now. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have a crazy 3-year-old niece. But if you live in their dorms, because I lived in their dorms, uh, like the roommates. If you can get along people, if you are a people person, fine. If but I'm gonna tell you this: you're gonna have that one person that gets on your nerves, and you can't stand them. I know. I know, Miss Elite. My godmom says she should put her in the choir or something, because she could scream. But but if you like, I wouldn't recommend getting a certificate. It's best to go to college. It's better, less dysfunctional, and less of a headache because those people in there were like, there's good seeds in the core. I'm not really bashing it like that, but let me tell you guys a story of what happened for what I have witnessed since I was in the core. I joined the core when I was 24 years old. So during that time, we had like a lot of, people that were mentally, well, not a lot of people, but some people that were mentally ill. So there was this one mentally ill guy that was on the Hollywood campus, because we usually have like rankings. So when you first go into Job Corps, you have to start from the beginning. So it's kind of like a white card, and then after 3 months you go into the brown, and then all the way up till you get to platinum. And platinum is like you get all the privileges in the Job Corps facility. However, this one guy had an argument with this other guy, because they were in some kind of construction. They had their trade in construction, so they got into an argument over a tool that belongs to somebody, and the PA has to run over there and break it up. And he told the other guy that he has to apologize to the other guy for taking something that wasn't his, and the guy never apologized. And so the PA said, you know what, I'm gonna write up, and I'm gonna let the higher ups know what's happening. So the guy, panicking because for whatever reason, I don't know, he takes one of the tools. I think he takes out like a wrench or something. I'm not a wrench, but he takes out something. And he goes into the guy's office and starts stabbing him. I don't know if you guys heard the news, because this happened in California. I don't know how far it spread, but he stabbed the guy to death, and before the students can even get him off. So it was a pretty sad situation, because the students were telling the staff that this guy was crazy. He has a bad temper, and the staff didn't do anything about it until something like this happened. So it was a pretty scary time for me, because stuff like that happens in our society, where we just let everybody in without evaluating people. And Job Corps is just an open campus that anybody can let in. They don't care how crazy they are. And I know they can't help that, because Job Corps is open for anyone. Even people that are 16 years old can join to get they have to get their high school diploma before they go into a trade. But it was just one of those scary times that I had. But thank God I was able to make it out of there and move on with my life. I never went back. All my friends that I made friends over there, they're gone. So there's no reason for me to even go back there. But that was a time before I decided to divest. But as a divested woman, I, changed a lot. I changed most of my mindset on how the way I think. I changed the way I thought of the world, because you may like when you learning something, because as an adult you think that certain things when you when you really don't. And your mindset really changed when you decided to stay away from stuff like that. So, and that's when I say I'm tired of hooking up with men that are married. I am tired of hooking up with men that are on drugs and are drinking. And these were mostly black men that I dated. I didn't date outside my race at the time. And I'm tired of, the whole dysfunction. So that's why I decided to divest and move on and start a new chapter with my life because I needed a change. I needed to grow and learn who I really was as a person because when I was in my 20s, I did not know who the hell I was. I had I have no sense of. I knew I was black, don't get me wrong. I knew I was black the whole time, but as a person I did not know who I was or what I was capable of until I decided to stay single and work on myself and progress in my life. And that changed a lot for me because it gave me opened a whole doors of opportunities for me that I didn't have before. So it was really a big deal for me. Well, I'm not married on all drugs. Well, senior, I don't know you like that, but I'm pretty sure you're not. I'm not saying all black men are on drugs. It's just the black men that I was with were doing that crap. I don't know every black man. It's just the ones that I was with. So I really had to make, a change and a step towards my life and and make a change. But how and what came first in my changing in my life was to focus on myself and knew who I was as a person. Not only that, finish up my education, and then it was my weight loss journey because let me tell y'all, I used to work at theme parks. so so and I used to work in the food service, so that's kind of how I gained the weight because trust me, I love food, I love to eat, but what got me to lose the weight is when I was reaching 300 pounds. So I was like, if I reach over 300 pounds, I could be in serious trouble. My health is at risk. I could be at risk for getting diabetes and being obese. So I said, enough is enough. It's time to change my diets and my habits. So what I did was I got rid of McDonald's. I cut McDonald's out of my diet. Any fast food that was not good, I cut it off my diet. I started eating at home more. But when I started eating at home, I started to cook meals that were more healthy to my diet. I started eating more fruits and vegetables. And I'm starting to drink more water. So that was a big change for me, and this weight loss journey is going pretty well. And not only that, I will be graduating from college next fall, so I will be announcing that, towards let me see. I will announce that during the summer. Before the summer or after the summer when I complete my courses, cuz it's only next year. It's only next year. So I am doing good. I am doing so good because I thought that when going back to school, I thought I would not make it. I thought because I started school in my early 20s, and after a few months I stopped because I decided to work, and I said if I work, I can probably live a comfortable life and get my own place, which was not the case because I was making minimum wage at the time, and with California being so expensive, you can't live off of what was the minimum wage at the time? $9, $9 at the time. So I am doing really, really well. I'm doing even better in my 30s, better than I was doing in my 20s because I had low self esteem and low self worth about myself back then, but now I am doing much better thanks to the people I am subscribed to. Okay, okay, that's fine. Yes, Mommy. If they don't have green machine, what do you want? Yes, I don't know. Give me something. I'm sorry, guys. That's my family. We live in this small, small, small place that we're in. She was not talking to you. I have no children, no children at all. I just have nieces. So, me having children, I'm not married, so I don't see the point of having children. So, right now, children are not on my mind right now. I'm just going to answer questions in the chat. Stopping by to take care. Oh, take care, Jin J. Take care. What is your degree in history? I'm going to be a historian. Do you guys have any other questions for me in the chat? Anything? Anything at all you guys want to ask me? uh, well,
Now, I did just want to announce that I did drop the link in case anyone wanted to come on the panel. If you have any questions, I didn't see any as I was searching the room. Just a lot of great congrats in regards to your weight loss journey. As you know, fitness is a big part of the glow up journey here as well, and that of course is one of the F's for F Bomb Friday. So I thank you for tackling that. Another thing that um, I wanted to also discuss, which I think is something that is definitely worthy of having that discussion, which is how why do you think it is that when you say, hey, I'm going to just expand my options, people think of that as vilifying the black man? Because I obviously I don't think of it as vilifying black men either. But I have to, like I say, I always want to qualify my statement, as I did when I was on your channel as well. And I say that I can't speak for all black women because not everyone had the same experience that I had. So, but I want to speak more on that of how we can effectively
okay. Um, the reason why I expand my option is because of my dating experience, just dating in my own community. There is a whole lot of dysfunction going on in our community where the men are either getting high, getting drunk, not taking care of their responsibility as men. And not only that, there are married men that are I even been with, and I am still ashamed of today, that I even got with because I wanted to stay in my own race. But once I decided to divest and go another route, I decided to open up my options to other races of men because I want to see who else is husband out there that is husband material. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that, black men, they don't want to see black women, dating other races of men, even though they're doing the same thing.
Right,
We're
right,
not saying that we hate black men. We're saying that we want to explore who else is out there that is husband material,
right.
that will be able to have a family,
And,
and
and
that will, go ahead,
well, I
Woke.
didn't mean it. Well, I'm sorry. I think your story that you've given today, Diamond, has been very inspirational. I don't know. Last time we talked, things were a bit abrasive. I don't want to have that same abrasiveness in this conversation. I really do want to have a more in-depth conversation about you, because I think you've said some things that were primarily interesting. But before we get to, I have a main question that I want to get to. But before we get into that, I do want to qualify what I'm saying is, I have a problem with anybody, whether it's a black man or a black woman dating outside the race, because you mentioned yourself, Diamond, that you are a history student. You plan on being a future historian. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. So as being a historian, and I went to college myself, so I'm a little bit well versed in history. What we've seen throughout the world, and I've said this on the last live, whether it's Australia, New Zealand, various places throughout South America, we saw black men and black women engage in the behavior that you're advocating for in this live, expanding their options to people of other races. And that did decrease the melanin in the gene pool, and that did breed the black race out of existence. Now, it didn't turn us white, but it did turn us into this caramel non-black color. And I tend to have a problem with that, Diamond. But we don't have to get into that argument. I know that we disagree on that. I did want to focus a little bit more on you said that you made it to almost 300 pounds, Diamond.
Hmm.
Um, and so being that, and whenever I see a white guy or a man of another race with a black woman, it's usually a smaller black woman. So, I mean, do you think that, you would have a challenge in finding a man of another race, being that you're almost 300 pounds? No shade.
I'm not close to 300 pounds no more.
Oh, okay.
Even if, at that time I was, close to that, I still had men hitting on me, even if they were from another race. I didn't, like, I wasn't looking for nobody at the time because I was still discovering, myself. So, um,
So, can I ask you this? So, and you're no
yeah.
longer 300 pounds. You said that you've lost weight, and we're not going to get into how much you weigh now. I don't think that's anybody's business. But when you were
Hmm.
up to 300 pounds, as you stated, when you were up to 300 pounds, were these high value white men chasing after you when you were 300 pounds?
What?
Were
I
these high value
At
white
that
men chasing
time,
after you at 300
I
pounds?
didn't know the meaning of high value. I
Well, were
just
these
knew men.
quality? Well, were these white trash men? Were they good? Were they decent white men, or were they low quality white men? When you were 300 pounds, the white men that were chasing after you.
Even if they were, why would you care?
Well, I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because I don't doubt that you're a beautiful black woman, but we
Hmm.
shouldn't lower our standards as black people and get with lower quality white people just because we want to expand our options. And oftentimes we see that happen, especially with black men, as you pointed out earlier. If you go to Walmart, you see a black man out with a white woman. It's usually some big 300-pound trailer park white woman. And I wanted to ask you, on your end of the spectrum, as a 300-pound black woman, do you have high quality or low quality white men chasing after you?
No, I had high quality man chased after me. I had this Jewish guy that took a liking to me
When you were 300 pounds?
when I was close to getting 300 pounds.
So
I didn't
what
say
made you?
I was 300 pounds. I said I was getting close to 300 pounds. Can you take her, please?
Do those children have fathers?
Huh?
Do those children have fathers in the home?
I'm not going to answer that.
So that leads me to another question. We've talked about black men, and you said you've had multiple issues with black men, and how black men, you said a lot of them do drugs, they cheat on their wives, and all that. Why is it that when most black women get pregnant, they don't have the father of that child? They're not married. Why do black women feel like it's okay to have so many kids out of wedlock?
I think that's something you should already know as a black
Well,
man living
I'm
in the
asking you.
black
I'm
community.
asking you, David. I'm asking you. I might already know it, but I'm asking you.
I already know what some of the problem is because I already discussed this on my channel. If you watch, have you ever watched any of my videos? The reason why
Yeah.
black black women go to these men that are low value is because these women have low standards of themselves. They think low of themselves, and they feel like all they can get is men that are low just as them. And so when they start appropriating with these men dip on them, and they start to feel some type of way about it because they did not vent this man. They just felt like if I get this man, I am complete, which is not the case at all.
That kind of defeats my question, Diamond. I'm asking, why don't black women marry these men?
Why don't the black men marry the women?
I
Because
agree.
it's the
Why
man
don't they?
that
I agree.
it's the man that is supposed to propose to the women and to
So,
see if she's wife material.
so
But
I
if
think
these
what
men don't have, but if these men don't find marriage valuable and they just want to create babies, they're not going to marry these women.
Okay, and I think you pointed out something that was very significant earlier. What you said was that our people have a low self esteem, and I think where that low self esteem comes from is having a bad culture among black people. We have normalized, and we'll get into black men and black women how we've normalized it. The black women have normalized being thoughts. Black women have normalized stripperism. Black women have normalized prostitution as the normal way of life. Black men have normalized a pump and dump culture where they get the women pregnant and they run off to Milwaukee or Chicago. So how you're framing it, and my problem with you, Diamond, what you're framing it as if it's a black male issue, and that's the reason we have the problems going on in our community. But you even said yourself, black women have low self esteem, and I'm telling you that low self esteem is due to the bad culture. Don't you think it would be better to try to work on the culture and work on each other and invest? Okay, we hear that baby with no father going on in the background, but don't you think it would be better to invest in the black community as Courtney proposes, or divest? Because once you divest, you're no longer helping the community. Don't you think it would be better to invest knowing that we have a bad culture?
Well, if nobody is willing to help out the culture or willing to change it,
Well,
then why would I
that's
stick
your role.
around?
That's your role,
That
Diamond.
I'm
That's
not.
your role.
Hold on a second.
Somebody needs to get that baby daddy. That baby needs his daddy. He needs a father.
So right now the dad's not here.
I know he's black. They run off to Milwaukee or Chicago.
Mm, well, if the culture's not willing to change itself, there's nothing I can do to help that culture, change because it takes a community to decide, hey, I am tired of this baby mama culture, get rich quick scheme type of thing. So
And you know who that's going to take? You know what that's
it
going to
takes
take?
the to actually step up and change things.
Right. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Diamond. I'm very glad you said that. And the reason I'm glad you said that is because you're not doing that. What you've advocated for is divesting. What you just said is it's going to take all of us to invest.
Divestment
Wait. I'll let you
does
answer.
not
I mean,
mean
hey,
trading
sweetie,
out
sweetie,
your weight.
Diamond,
It just
Diamond, don't do
means
this.
it
Diamond,
just
don't do this. Diamond, I'll let you say what you have to say.
what do you
And
mean
I was
don't do
responding.
this?
Don't interrupt, man. You can't interrupt. We're having a conversation. All right, so look. Okay, so the
Okay, I
same.
think guys, we're thank you, and it's a lively discussion. I already got a private message that said, "Whoa, Courtney, this Friday night chat is, is already the bombs are dropping." Thank you. We're gonna keep things civil, please, and if we're gonna just respect one another's points and make sure that when someone else is speaking, we're listening. And I'm also watching the chat. I am out of the room, but I am still watching the chat. And I want to also remind us to please let's keep things respectful in the chat as well. Okay, so I'm going back on mute. Diamond, if you wanted to answer that question.
Can you guys excuse me? Right this minute. I have to go take care of my nieces. Hold on a second.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take over. I mean, what you see in her background right now, you see what's going wrong with the black community. These kids, y'all hear them crying in the background, making all that noise. They're crying because they do not have fathers. They're crying because their father got whoever pregnant and he ran off to Milwaukee or Chicago and he's not there to take care of those kids and they're crying and they're going to grow up, and be a part of the problem. What I try to advocate for is something Courtney does all the time. We should invest rather than divest. How do you invest? Well, you invest if you're a black man by getting a black woman, marrying that black woman, having beautiful black children with that black woman. So, they're not on alive on Friday night on YouTube crying in the background, crying for their father. No, as a father, you should be in that household raising your children, making sure that they're successful, making sure that they're Did you lose me, Courtney? Can you guys still hear me? I think my volume went out for a second.
Yeah, it went out for a second, but I can hear you. But we're adding to the stream Miss Elite. She is coming up to the stream, just to let you know, joining us. And Feminine
Just for a
Lounge
little
would
bit. Just for
is
a little bit.
absolutely is very upset with what you're saying, woke. And I appreciate that
And
you're
can I ask
giving
you something, Courtney?
yes. Okay.
How I don't understand why my message upsets people so much. I mean, on my channel, it's very well received, and if you look at my channel, half the people that watch my channel are black women, more than half of the
Yes,
people.
I agree. I
How is
followed your
it?
stats for
I want
years.
to.
You're correct.
I, I want to ask you this, Courtney. Why is it so offensive to say that black men and black women should be together raising black children? It said that
No,
a
I
lot
don't
of
think.
black
I
men.
think it's the approach, woke, and we've had this discussion both privately, publicly. It's the approach, and I've talked with you about that as well. Feminine Lounge wants to know why don't you encourage this woman instead of instead of the rhetoric or the bashing that it seems like you're doing now.
I didn't bash her.
Exactly.
I didn't. How did I bash her? What name me one statement I made that bashed her? I said that she was wrong. I disagreed with her approach heavily when she wants to divest. The same way that she has her platform advocating for black women divesting, she could be doing the same thing on the other spectrum. She could be telling black women to stop normalizing this culture of Meg the Stallion being prostitutes. Stop normalizing the culture of thottery, the culture of chasing the bag, being a prostitute. The same way you're telling black women to divest and breed the black race out of existence, you could be advocating for investing and making yourself better. That's how is that derogatory? How is that attacking
I
someone? You guys aren't making much
listen.
sense right now.
That's
That
what
is
she's doing.
that's what this channel is all about. That's what she's saying. She found value in this channel, and she surrounds herself with that messaging. Now, Feminine Lounge, she just said here, and happy fucking Friday to you too, Hank the Mean Man. Happy fucking Friday. We're dropping the F bombs today. Okay, so Feminine Lounge wants to know why is it valid for you to talk to this woman, to her in this way? That
In
is,
what
I think, what
way?
the it's this you're coming off just a little bit combative here.
Hmm.
Okay,
How?
we're
No, no.
adding
You okay? You say wait. I want to interrupt, Courtney. Because
Okay, go ahead.
if you say that I said something that was combative or hateful or whatever, you're gonna have to indicate a specific quote that I made towards her that was bad. Now, was I hard? Did I ask her some pretty tough questions? Yes. But what did I
Okay.
say that was, that was rude or disrespectful? You guys just don't like
So
the
what
truth
they say
message.
here, no, no, no. I'm all about the truth. I'm about that
Well, I'm not
accountability.
saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about these fools in the comment section.
Oh, wait, nobody's fools. We are glowers and lighters here. And Diamond Princess has her group here. They are royalty. Thank you. So Feminine Lounge as well as Iron agree, and Iron is a very, very vocal and supportive Black man, has been following me, rocking with me from the beginning.
He agrees
He
with those
says,
women.
what? No, listen, woke. Thank you. He says you tend to generalize. Now, he is also someone that was not in the last chat, but he did listen to that playback, and he was someone that commented to me privately about that playback. He says you tend to generalize, and that's something that I talked to you about as well. You do. And then he also says, why do you want to assume that the Black man ran off? Yes. Okay. I'm
That's
going
not
back
an
on
assumption.
mute, and I'm adding KK to the channel.
Oh, not
Oh, well, we
KK.
lost KK.
Yeah, don't let
We
KK
lost
up here.
KK.
Don't let KK up here. KK, I've met her on other chats. She's rude. She won't let nobody talk. Do not let
KK
K.
come
Do
in.
not let K. No, do not let
KK,
KK up here,
I
Courtney.
don't know. KK
Don't
must
do
have
that.
lost her signal. She must
Thank
have lost her
God.
signal.
Thank God.
Okay.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Oh,
Wow.
and
Don't come back.
speaking of God, woke Guy Nollywood, and I'm going to tell you, Guy, I think you need to talk with woke separately on his own channel, his own time. But Guy would like to know how you advocate for Christianity so heavily when it was forced on Black people during slavery.
Okay, well, that's a lie. That's not true. The Bible was always our book. It's a book on the history
No.
of our people. And anytime you come up with that satanic narrative that the white man beat it into you, you're under the influence of Satan, and Satan is your father, Guy. That is a demonic thing to say, Guy.
No.
No, yes, it is.
Christianity
Yes,
is
it
not
is.
a
Christianity is
religion.
a book on the history of Black people. That's what you're saying is not true.
They use that Bible to use against slaves to keep them. You can go ahead and
No,
inside
slaves got put into punishment because we turned away from God. We turned to looking to false gods. We worship false idols. We're doing like a lot of the Black people do. Oh my God,
Hi,
KK.
What about
welcome,
the
Oh my
KK.
God. Y'all, I'm finna have to leave because she just finna talk over me. She's not gonna let me get a word in edgewise.
Listen, we are not we're gonna be respectful. And I have another comment here from Feminine Lounge. Feminine Lounge says, woke is the tone. Why is your tone so cold?
Why is my tone so truthful? Because I like to tell the truth, Feminine Lounge.
Wait, cold was the word she used. And to your point, Miss Elite from earlier, Brother Neophyte wants to know about Milwaukee. That's his
what Black
question
men
about
tend.
Milwaukee.
No,
Okay,
and I did want to respond to another comment that was made in the comment section that you referred to, Courtney. Somebody said, "Why do I like to generalize?" Well, it's not me
right. That was
generalizing.
Iron. Yes, Iron says you tend to generalize.
That's
Yes.
Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Or is it another Iron?
No, Iron Fist. Yes, that's Iron Fist. Yes.
Oh, Iron Fist. Okay, he's a pretty good guy, but I don't generalize. It is a fact. It's not a generalization. It is a fact that 70% of Black children are born into homes without a father, and so that's not a generalization. That's a fact. If it's
so why don't the fathers stay around?
Because we have weak men like Black men in the Black manosphere who encourage Black men to pump and dump. We have weak men like that no good rapper Snoop Dogg, who said that Black women ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Whatever he said.
That. Okay.
Yeah, and so we've normalized Black men normalized a culture of not respecting the women, and that led to a breakdown of the family structure. As a result, what you see now, Black women are running the community. They're not equipped to run the community. The men should be the leaders of the community.
Yeah,
and Black women are destroying the community as a result because Black men decided to abandon that dynamic. And one of the reasons I have my channel
isn't the Black men destroying it by abandoning it, where women have to feel like they have to uplift an entire race of a community.
Yeah, so that speaks to
they left in the 70s. They won't talk about that, and they don't. And most of them do not sign that
right.
birth certificate too.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about it now. What I'm saying is Black men need to get back into the household as husbands for the sake of the community. If Black men decide not to do this, our community will continue to deteriorate because the women are leading it. And as women are not meant to be the head of the community. Any community run and
I
led
don't
by
think it
women
will though. I
is
just
going to
think
be destroyed.
black men can add
See,
to
I
it
told
though.
y'all KK wasn't going to let me talk. I told y'all KK wasn't
No,
going to let me talk.
I do let you talk, but that's
No, you don't.
misinformation.
No, I don't care. Well, let me get my misinformation out. You ain't got to interrupt. You just like my ex-girlfriend. Jesus
And the
Christ.
Bible was to oppress people.
Look, we
So
weren't even talking about the Bible no more. This is what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
I'm
You just
going
get
back
on.
to that.
I know this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't like whenever you get on the panel. You just yap.
And
This my second time.
I will also, I'm going to stand 10 toes down here. The Bible was used as a tool, but that's just like with the gun. That doesn't mean that's what the intention of. It was used as a tool, but I am 100% sure, as the research has shown, that the Bible existed in Africa long before slavery. And as Diamond Princess is a historian, I'm sure she can come up with some facts to support that as well. But I'm going to stand to
Diamond
Diamond need
agree
a
with
little bit
that.
more. Diamond
I
need a little
okay,
bit
but
more.
we
I
are
don't know if
we are not going to argue on here. Let me mute. Whose background is that, please?
That's them babies that Diamond got over there.
I don't know. I had no babies.
Let me tell you, that was not babies. Woke. Okay. Woke. What is your email address? Because Guy wants you to come onto his channel for a debate.
Well, I don't do debates. I will have a discussion on his channel with him. And he can always email me at wokeprogressive360@gmail.com. Again, that's wokeprogressive360@gmail.com. I'll be happy to hear from
I'm typing it in the chat as well, Guy, but that's woke progressive. You said it's 360?
That's right.
At gmail.com. Okay, I'm typing that into the chat right now. And also Iron2468 says woke progressive is something else. My man.
Yes.
Okay.
Woke progressive tells the truth. Woke progressive tells the truth. And Black people.
No, he don't.
Yes, I do. That's why I didn't want you to come up on the panel, because you just yap, you interrupt people. You won't let nobody.
Nah, you just spread.
No, you're doing it now. You just like my ex-girlfriend. Can you stop, KK? KK, can you?
No, you can't dominate everything because
I'm not trying to dominate everything. We're having a conversation.
And you're not pro-Black. So
oh my God! All right, go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
He's light-skinned himself, so he's high yellow. Very high yellow.
That's not true. That's not true.
I would like to. I'm going to make a public retraction. I have gotten some recent pictures, and yes, it was some ulterior lighting that was used on some of the previous videos. But yes, Brother Woke is a little bit of a medium to dark brown. He is not a light-skinned Terrence Howard.
He looks like a light-skinned person.
And a very attractive man.
But I will say this: he does make light-skinned faces. I will say that, and then I'm going to go back on mute.
I know he's lighter though. He's not darker than me, and I ain't even that dark.
Okay, all right. So you guys ready to
wait, Courtney. What are light-skinned faces?
Everyone knows what light-skinned faces are, Brother C.R. Senior. Do not let me have to pull up some examples. You squint your eyes.
Senior is Sir Senior. Is Sir Senior. But I feel you.
Sir Senior, you squint your eyes. I know plenty of people that they specialize in making light-skinned faces. We're welcoming to the panel now, Brother Bakari.
All right, man.
Yeah, he will take it out. Don't take your past relationships out on Black women. That's
ain't nobody taking nothing out. You just interrupt. Why do you?
No, you did do that. You called me all type of bitches and everything. You done
I didn't call you. I didn't call you.
You're a liar. You did on RBR channel. You're a liar, and I can pull that footage.
Okay.
Quit lying.
All right. Whatever. If you say so. But I'm glad
we got Brother. The church gonna burn down because you lying.
I'm glad we got Brother Bakari here. He about the only one of y'all that got some sense other than Courtney.
Nah, he got more sense than you though. He don't believe what you believe, honey.
Hey, peace to the panel. How y'all doing?
I'm good, Brother Bakari. How you doing?
And peace to the chat. And Courtney, once again, thanks for allowing me to come over here and put my 2 cents in. I appreciate that. Well, I was talking to Courtney, and I was actually speaking to Courtney about some of the statements that Diamond Princess had made. And I'm probably a little bit older. I'm 48, right? So I think I'm a little bit older than woke. And what I would tell my young, I don't think Diamond has completely given up on black men. This is just me. I think we have to listen and understand her frustration, because if we listen, we can. I'm going to say, I can hear some frustration coming from Diamond, and I understand the frustration. When woke speak, I can hear what woke say, and I understand, because I agree with. I won't ever date outside of my race. But I'm not sure, because I haven't spoken to Diamond about this. But I don't know. She may have been hurt. I don't know. But I think in order to get to the bottom of it and to help one another, because we have to heal each other, I think we have to at least have enough respect for the other person to try and listen to what they're saying. Now, I'm going to say again, I stand firm on, I do not agree with interracial relationships. But
right, but they got to give y'all a run for y'all money, though. It's too much.
I don't know what you mean by give
somebody.
I don't know what you mean give y'all.
Who gives the run for their money?
I have no idea what you mean.
Because I get what's going on with black men, but no, they just not doing their job no more.
Okay,
nobody is. Nobody is.
Wait a minute.
I ain't talking to you, woke.
Hold on, let me finish.
Women and men aren't doing their job.
But you know what you're doing? Like, I don't know who that was that made that statement, but what you're doing right now, you're generalizing. You're saying black men not doing their job.
Half of them not.
Wait a minute, let me finish.
She ain't gonna let you finish.
Because 5 black men that not doing their job, right? But they're not all black men. Just like I defend black men. I'm sorry,
I
black
didn't say
women.
all black men.
Let me finish.
I told you, KK don't let nobody talk.
I do, and I'm not working with manosphere men. That's not an option for me no more. We've been in this space more than 2 or 3 years. I'm good on them.
Okay, I defend black women to the fullest. I was actually, the way I stand up for black women, had people stop me from going to a barbershop, getting my line up for what I did. But when yes,
that's rare. That's rare. That's not everyday black men.
Because it's not
everyday black men.
It's not the everyday black man you deal with. Is that? Oh my God! Can I please finish, baby? I'm not even against.
Yes, I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, well the man's talking, KK. You just like my ex-girlfriend.
I know, but you don't run me in this panel, okay? I'm not talking to you, okay? Stop talking to me.
You gotta let the man finish, please.
I am. I don't need you to tell me what I need to do, little
guys,
boy.
Let's use some respect for one another.
No, I'm
the
talking to
elder.
you.
Excuse me. The elder, the wiser is talking, Brother Bakari, and he's making a very valid point. And I can definitely tell you that he is someone that is walking it like he's talking it. He's taking me and my children out to shoot at the gun range on Sunday. So I know that when we're talking about being committed, he's committed, and we're not in a relationship. But as a Black woman, as a single mother, he has offered his tutelage in that regard. And this is what we need. We need the investment.
And that's rare. That's good.
We need the investment, not saying, okay, let's hurl the insults. We need the investment. I thank you also, Brother Sir Senior, for being very, always being amicable and offering up the practice of listening, offering that skill set. And I would like to recognize my bestie, M. Stewart, in the chat. Yes, you are correct. Usually light-skinned faces includes duck lips, but no, Brother Wolf doesn't make them. Okay, I'm going back on mute.
Who is balanced? Sir sound like those manosphere guys. I listen to some of his talking points. He's only fair when he wants to be. That's just my opinion. No, I don't think he's fair.
I think what the major issue is in the conversation that we're having now is Black people don't have personal responsibility. People like Diamond get into bad relationships and they have bad experiences because they chose the wrong Black men. And people like other KK on the chat, they choose the wrong Black men and they generalize that all Black men are like this. I've been in bad relationships.
No, I don't. And you just got out of a bad relationship.
Jesus Christ, sweetheart. Can you
so don't generalize me, because that's
okay. Well, you can respond after I make my comment. Can I talk?
But Courtney, he been talking the whole time. He ain't let Brother Bakari finish. So we go back to Brother
You
Bakari.
interrupted Brother Bakari.
No, KK, I do believe that you interrupted Brother Bakari, but I'm going to have to use this mute boy, and let's put it on the mute. Let's let people finish their thoughts, and then Neophyte is going to be coming to the panel, but I'm going to need to bring someone off. So please, let's continue what our question or our thought is, and then let's continue moving this conversation. Okay?
Okay, I'm down with that, Courtney.
Okay, for me, like I always say, the biggest thing is respect. Black man and black woman have lost respect for one another. And like I said, I understand both sides, and I can hear the frustration from both sides. And I have become the person, as I got a little older, become neutral and in the middle because I want to hear it. Because if you don't hear it, you can't fix it. I agree with what Woke said. We do have to choose better. We do have to choose better. And a lot of black women, look, when they choose wrong, they begin to blame all black men. And it goes the same way with black men.
We need therapy in our neighborhood. So.
And that's an absolute fact. And we have to be comfortable with going to a black therapist because no one else can help us with because no one else understands us. We understand us. But
because a lot of people don't believe in therapy too, though.
You're right, they don't. And for the ones that don't believe in it, those are the ones that don't want help, and you can't help them, and you can't help them if they don't want help. You cannot help them, and sometimes you just have to just let them go. Just let them be who they are if they don't want help, and if they don't want to attempt to get any help, you just have to let them go. But that is something we have to do. We have to stop arguing. We have to start listening to one another. Now, I would never agree with you, and I'm going to be honest with you, and it hurt me when it happened, but I have mulatto grandkids. Oh, my God, that hurt my heart. My son went out and did that, and that woman still ain't accepted in mine. But do I love my grandkids? Yes, because they are part of me. But I don't ever tell my grandkids. I won't never tell. My son got upset because I told him those two young kids, they are not black. They're mixed. I don't care who it is. My stance on that ain't going to change. And there's not one person that trumped the race. So I believe in the black family. And a black family is black man, black woman. That's where black children come from. And that's how the race continues.
Absolutely.
But
100% right.
I can... Thank you, my brother. But I do hear Diamond frustration, and Diamond may need to not. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. This is just me. May not want to. Maybe she just needs to heal completely first from the last thing she's been through. Everybody needs to heal. Every woman or every man who's been hurt, maybe they need to completely heal before they talk about dating anyone. And that's when that good black man who's doing the right thing, who wanna treat you like the queen that you are, that's when you will meet that man who is going to care about you. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a black man because can't nobody love a black woman like a black man. We have been caught up in this society that making us fight each other. And the fight is not with one another. They created this fight.
A good black man, a stable man, yes.
Yes, a good black man. You know, I know everybody's gonna look at his profession and look at his educational and all that, but I tell people I believe there's a lot of different types of education.
Right. It's the mindset first of all, though, like you said.
Yes, it's a mindset. Like I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go, and if Neophyte want to come on, and I have to get off. Courtney, after I say this, I will get off for Neophyte to come on because I enjoy listening. I enjoy listening to everybody on here, but I enjoy listening to Neophyte too. But
you don't have to come off. We have room. It's just that we would have to introduce what his point is. That's what I wanted to make clear.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this, then I'm done. And I use my nephew for an example. Him and his daughter, mom. His daughter's 8 now. They're not together anymore. But my nephew, he went to trade school, and he studied and he learned to do good with his money. Now, him and his daughter mom at one time they had problems. But his daughter, my nephew is 35. His daughter owns 3 homes that he's already paid for, right? And he put them all in her name, right? But to make sure that his daughter mom have no problem, because that's who his daughter stay with, he told her, just live in the house and you don't have to pay no rent. You don't have to do nothing. Just take care of the house and pay the bills, because he wants his daughter to be somewhere good. And in order for his daughter to be somewhere living good, her mother was going to have to be there. So he said he didn't want to fight with her no more. So it's the daughter house. Everything's in the daughter's name, but he basically just gave it to his daughter mother. See, those are the type of men. That's the type of men that I'm around. Those are the type of people that I'm around.
Right, and that's rare, bro. You was a good father, like you said in the past.
And that's how me and my family. That's how we were raised. I'm not arguing with no woman. I promise you, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not it. That's it. I move on. I'm not gonna argue. I'm too old. I'm 48, when I'm tired of arguing anyway. But I think it's time for
us. But you gotta believe in therapy. Did you ever believe in it or go to it?
Yes, I went to therapy when my wife passed away.
Okay. No, I'm saying as a couple. No, like
me and my wife did couple.
And your relationship.
Me and my wife, we did family therapy. Then I went back to family therapy after my wife passed away, because we wanted to be together. And I think, like I said, the biggest thing is listening, not trying to figure out who's more right. It's okay to be wrong sometimes, because if you're wrong, that means somebody had the opportunity to teach you something, and you had the opportunity to learn.
Right.
So that's all I had to say. Yeah, and I'm going to yield the mic, but that's all I had to say.
Right.
And I thank you.
Appreciate that. Who on the panel, Courtney, again?
Well, thank you, and thank you for that, KK. Please, again, let's let our people get through their complete thought. But I definitely appreciate you refraining from over talking. So now Brother Neo is to the panel. Brother Neo, would you like to add in your question or your suggestion or any contribution you would like to have? And then I would like to go forward with something else that was on Diamond Princess's channel. She premiered the video with the ad in regards to the strippers, doing a commercial for voting. And it was a very, she had some great sound commentary about this ad. So again, I would like to add that Diamond Princess is very much equal opportunity when it comes to accountability. She has expressed that she was making poor choices in her past, and she spoke very strongly about the inappropriateness of that particular commercial that launched yesterday. A lot of people are talking about it, but I actually saw the post on her channel first. Brother Bakari had sent it to me, but I had already seen the post on her channel. I just hadn't watched the video prior to Brother Bakari sending it to me as well. So after Brother Neo, you made her comment, I would like to move that discussion towards that particular piece of propaganda.
I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. Hello, can you hear me? Am I on?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. I'm going to try to get on with my day, because I don't see Brother Woke's argument actually treading water.
Thanks.
I don't. I really don't. I mean, I'm trying to agree with his point, right? I don't agree with divesting. I know it is an aspect of our, we have to accept it. It's going to happen.
All right.
I don't agree with his approach, and I don't agree with some of his rhetoric.
Facts.
This is one of the contributing, okay. Excuse me, sir.
You don't agree with the truth?
Like I said, well, you're cutting me off, just like how you don't like when someone else cuts you off. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be this very brief.
In regard to me specifically.
Yes, sir, and I will give you plenty of opportunity. I will give you plenty of opportunity to address your approach, in my opinion, of that approach. in my personal opinion, these women that choose to divest are only for the forward momentum of themselves, which is commendable, first and foremost. However, it is only due to the environment and the effects of this environment that we are in that they see that they have to take on a survival tactic, which is something that was brought on by slavery. I'm going to end that part and continue on with my point. My point is, if we show them, rather than try to tell them something more attractive to their well-being, maybe we can draw them out of this idea, this notion, this concept of needing to find better fish in different waters. All right. Black women, in my personal opinion, are the doorway to this universe, but they forgot that they are. It was a black woman that created man, period. Every race. In my personal opinion. You can take that to the Bible or not. I don't give it. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to go into the rib of Adam. That makes absolutely no sense genetically.
Can you let him talk?
Okay.
Can you let him
yelling?
talk? I'm trying to listen.
Stop yelling. Whoa, let him finish his thought, and then he's gonna respond.
So you're gonna let him lie on your panel?
I definitely choose not to lie. I only use facts, and I have known for being a factual person.
Thank you.
This is something that he believes to be a fact, and just as you are allowed to share what you believe to be a fact.
But I don't lie. The difference is I don't lie. I tell the truth. He's lying.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here, and I'm just gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave with one thing. I'm going to say one thing. Please explain to me how the Hebrews got across the Red Sea. And I will leave.
I hope you single. I'm about to come find you.
Now, I think what we would need to do, again, if you all want to continue these conversations, personally, this is totally fine. I've posted Woke's email address. He does have a platform. A very visible platform that you're welcome to visit, Brother Neo. In regards to your question, Sir Senior, I am putting Diamond Princess's email. She has responded to you. She says anytime she would like to have she would like to have a conversation with you anytime. And I'll make sure I'll drop her link again for her channel.
Hold on, Ray. Omega Courtney.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
I'll send him it personally.
Okay, so perfectly. So he says that he believes that his experiences can help you see things in another way. And Screen Learning says something very profound. I highlighted the quote, but I'm going to read it as well. It says, taking on survival techniques for self-preservation is understandable. You can't change someone's mind unless you give them a better option. I have yet to hear Black men ask these divesting women on a date. I hear, Brother CK.
That's a different one. That's a different one.
Wait, why would I ask her out on a date when I know she wants white men and I'm far from white? Why would I?
She didn't say that. She didn't say that. She said that she was expanding her options. She didn't say that her only options were white men, though, Woke.
But you know what they usually mean when they.
No, you can definitely talk. You can definitely talk to her personally, and you can actually understand what she means. So, Diamond Princess, can I copy and paste this and put this and share this with Sir?
I think
Diamond. She's still on mute. Okay.
Muted.
Yeah, she's
muted.
Go
ahead and post it, please, if you can.
Wait. I want to get her permission first, but I'm going to share it with Sir personally.
I want to respond to something that's been said a couple of different times. I think it was said by the neophyte, whatever his name was, the guy who just left the panel.
Neophyte, yes, Brother Neo.
Yeah, and I want anybody listening to know that Satan is his father. Satan is his father.
Well, I'm going to have to put you on mute.
Don't do that, Courtney. Courtney.
No, you cannot say that Satan is this man's father.
That's the Bible. The Bible says that either God is your father or Satan is your father. That's the Bible.
This is not what we're doing. We're going to move the conversation. If you want to talk to Neo personally, I did include his email in a group chat, and I sent it to you, I think this morning at about, I want to say 11 or so. You can see his email. It's there.
Well, I mean,
actually, you know what? He wasn't in that email. I'll send it to you.
And you know
okay, so we're going to move the conversation because Old Dirty Dasher didn't know about the video that Diamond Princess posted. Okay, so apparently a black director, a black female director, I'm being told, was the person that got paid for this PR campaign in order to encourage black men to get out to the polls to vote. It is a 1 minute and 40-second clip of a barrage of strippers with vote written on their butts. It's something that you would have thought was coming from some type of, comedy show in regards to like Living Color or Mad TV. But no, this is an actual commercial that has aired in more than half of all the states already.
Oh, wow.
And
do you think you can air it?
You mean the same one I sent to you? That's the one you're talking about? The one I sent to you?
Yes, I'm talking about that, Sir Senior. I'm not posting it on here on this platform. I'm just, I have very particular
I wish you put it on community tab though.
About what is. But yes, I can put it on my channel, but I'm not going to put it on during this live. I do believe in not exploiting your vices. Even if that was something that I was into that I'm not, let's be very clear. Even if that was something that I was into that I'm not, I would not, again, exploit my vices in that regard.
Absolutely.
So I think that it is something that is actually propaganda. I do not believe it is something that's going to be instrumental in getting more people out to vote. I think that a couple of the young ladies were very talented in the clip, as well as some of them were very articulate and well spoken, and it made me think, wow, they could be really doing some different type of acting.
Were talented strippers.
A couple of them definitely seemed like, especially the one that said they wanted to. Absolutely, you absolutely can.
And can I say something real quick?
Oh yes, go ahead, Diamond.
Okay, so if you guys want to see a response video, please go to my channel after this live and go to my channel. I did a response video on that, and I really do not like how the Democratic Party put up that video and make black women look sexualized. I do not agree with that. On my channel, I fight hard for black women's imagery and to protect our image. But that's all I have to say.
Yes, and I actually did mention, Diamond Princess, that I first saw the response video on your channel. And so again, I'm going to drop the link for her channel so you all can visit it. But yeah, I do believe, I agree, Iron. I think that it's a Democratic ploy to put strippers with vote, but I don't think that it is done I don't think that that's going to be a benefit. And I think they know that that's not going to be a benefit. I think this is turning into a real circus. And, absolutely. You don't see the Playboy models sitting around saying, hey, let's go out and vote. And they have just as much going on as far as with the culture that you mentioned, woke, in regards to black women. They have just as much going on in regards to that culture as well, but it is not promoted. It's not promoted. And I think the fact that we're always convinced to promote and exploit our vices is to the detriment of our people. So, yes. So again, I am dropping Diamonds. I am going to drop her link in the chat. If anybody would like to go visit her channel after this, please support, like, and subscribe her channel. And we're going to be wrapping this up. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight. And if anyone has anything last that they would like to add to the panel, I just dropped the link. I will be dropping Diamond Princess's link also shortly. Let's start here. Brother Sir Senior, I think, thank you so much for, as always, just offering a very amicable voice, being very ameliorating with your solution orientated mind state. If you would like to close out the panel again, we are starting something new because this is solution oriented. That is the only way we're going to glow up. Please offer something that you took away from anybody else that was a member of the panel tonight or a member in the chat. Thank you. And then as you come off, we will move to Sister KK, and then we will move to Brother Woke. And at least like Brother Neophyte would like to add in something in regards to what I just said. And we're going to give the final word, of course, to Diamond Princess. And then we are closing out the show. Thank you guys so much again for your time.
Thank you again for inviting me. Thank you everyone for coming in and speaking in your own genuine way. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that everybody, for the most part, made a consistent effort to hear each other out. One thing I wanted to say was that is important that for us to change the mind, or at least if not that exact person, but of someone who is also agreeing with a person who believes in divesting, we have to give them, different options and different outlooks. If I don't know of a different option to fix the problem, I really can't complain about you finding, your own way to fix the problem.
Somebody background.
I would like to say again, like I appreciate Brother Bakari coming in. Woke, I appreciate you coming in. Diamond Princess. I've actually been on the panel or in a chat with everybody who's came in today, and I appreciate each one of you continuing to be about betterment. We all have hurt and pains, and different things of that nature.
Background.
In the background. But we all have pains and stuff that we're working through, or we just finished working through. But I'm glad that we're all taking the time to be here with each other to upbuild each other. Everybody have a blessed night.
I didn't really get to see the beginning of the live, and I wish you would have lasted longer with the live because I missed it kind of early. You kind of ended it a little early.
Yeah, I think you should go a little bit longer too, Courtney.
Yeah, because I missed the first part. I didn't even get a notification that you was on.
Well, KK, let me ask you this: if you just came in on the tail
I'm
end
sorry you didn't get a notification, but if you guys would like to go longer, I just would like for us to be able to have a more amicable agenda moving the conversation forward. Because remember, this is supposed to be about Diamond Princess.
Absolutely.
Right, because I want to ask her a question too.
KK, I want to ask you this. KK, let me ask you this real quick. If you came in, you just admitted you came in on the tail end of the conversation. Why did you come in so vicious? If you didn't know what was going on, why you come in butting in, talking over everybody? If why you just
I didn't
come
talk over everybody.
Yes, you did.
Because you don't have the floor. It's actually my turn, and you're talking over.
Okay,
like Neo said, he was correct.
Yes, this is KK's turn, Brother Woke. When we're gonna put you on mute.
Yeah, because Neo made some very good points. That's the only person that I took away from. I didn't hear the rest of everybody else's, but that's who I could relate to. I wish he could stay up here longer. I know he be busy working, but he's a good person to always add on your channel, Omega. He's a very good and woke progressive, has a lot of weird rhetoric, and he's like a lot against a lot of black women that have their own minds and opinions that they don't follow the Bible or be submissive, And that's not my role. If I'm not engaged or married to you, I don't owe you submission or highly respect. If you respect me, I respect you. But I don't like aggressive men, and I'm not a swirler. Like I don't want them to start those rumors. I have nothing against that Diamond Princess. Do your thing. Date overseas is black men, and if you want biracial so-called black men, do your thing.
Yeah, breathe the
Don't wait
black
on
race out
nobody
of
to tell you
existence.
anything.
Yeah, breathe the black
Green
race
learned
out
to
of
make a lot of
existence.
sense. He's very well grounded in the neon fight. I
Jesus.
wish I could catch his page, but he's the best person for it all. But I do appreciate you letting me come up here, Courtney. But I hope we can go longer. But woke aggressive is very aggressive.
Yeah, I tell the truth. I'm aggressive in telling the truth.
Is
Thank you for
woke
saying that.
No,
aggressive?
you're not.
Wow, wow, that's very interesting.
He's very
Okay,
rude and
thank
ignorant,
you,
just to let you know.
thank you.
Thank you,
Courtney,
KK,
Um,
for your comments. I really do appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, you younger than me. Do your thing, girl. And I'm not
yeah,
even a swirler.
yeah, bye,
thank you,
bye,
KK.
bye,
Okay, brother, stop that
bye,
woke.
I hear you on that
Um,
one.
all right,
bye, bye.
brother woke, your last your comments, please.
Yes, Courtney, I definitely want to see this conversation go a little bit further because I can see a lot of your glowers in the comment section. They have a lot of glowing to do. They got a lot of growing to do. They're not where they need to be. And this is the exact reason why black people were put into slavery. We were put into slavery because you would have people like me come and try to tell black people the truth. But what did black people want to do? Black people wanted to continue to be baby mamas. They wanted to continue to be baby daddies. They wanted to continue to worship false idols. They wanted to continue to do like Neophyte did and deny the good of Christ Jesus. They denied it. And what did God say? In Romans, God said, if you deny him and you continue to live in unrighteousness, then eventually you will receive the just due penalty for your error. And that's why black people fall at the bottom. That's why we see black people come at the bottom of every single thing. And the answer is not to do what Diamond Princess has promoted. The answer is not to do what KK has promoted, which is divest. The answer is to live up to a standard of moral righteousness. Black people, all I'm advocating for is living up to a standard of moral righteousness. You guys get so angry at that. You guys have so much heat. You call me woke, aggressive, broke, progressive. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me, but I know that I have the truth. But I do want to say this in regard to the question that you were posing, Courtney, which is, what did I learn tonight? Well, I'm going to end it on a more positive note. What I learned tonight is something a little bit about Diamond. Diamond did at least acknowledge that there is a stripper culture among black women, and she shared in the video. I saw bits and pieces of the video where the Democratic Party was using the sexuality, the stripper culture, in order to get black women to vote. That certainly is a major problem. Diamond Princess, I will appreciate you and I will thank you for holding the Democratic Party accountable for that. That shows me that you do have some sense of accountability. And if you have some sense of accountability, that means there is a little hope for you. The Democratic Party is an evil party. It's the party of homosexuality. It's the party of thoughts, the party of strippers, the party of whores, the party of prostitutes. It is a satanic party that we as black people should not follow. And we do need more black people calling stuff like that out. But I want to end it on this note. The answer is not to divest. The answer is to invest, as Courtney always says. I realize as black women, a lot of y'all are frustrated. I as a black man, I'm frustrated with a lot of the things going on. But the answer is not to abandon the community and breed the black race out of existence. The answer is not genetic annihilation. The answer is living up to a standard of moral righteousness. The answer is living up to the standard of moral righteousness outlined by God himself, that is outlined in the Bible. And once we as black people decide to do that, we will be much better off as a community and we will succeed as a people. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Courtney. Diamond, thank you for holding the Democratic Party accountable. You sweetheart, keep doing it. Keep holding them accountable. Don't you go out here and find no white man. Don't you go out here expanding your options. Wait on the right black man so that you can make the community better and not commit in genetic annihilation. Thank you guys so much for having me. Courtney, if you decide to go a little bit longer, I'll be more than happy to come back up I like having these conversations, regardless of how many dummies in the comment section. I like having this conversation, and I hope that we can continue it. All right. If not, if Courtney, you're not going to go any longer, have a great rest of your night, and I love you guys. Bye bye.
Oh, Woke, I did want to say before you left that uh great quote I highlighted here, but he says Woke has some points. He just needs to learn to speak to. I think this is a great conversation. As you all know, we do have Single Saturday. Why are you single Saturday tomorrow? I will look into some things and then we'll look at coming back. But I definitely do need to take like a little bit of maybe a half an hour break. But I would love to have everyone back. But I need an agenda when we do these shows, y'all, because I just put it on and just let the F bombs fly. I mean, it is F bomb Friday, but we need an agenda. So I would not be opposed. Brother Neo, if you would like to go next, and then we're gonna let Sis Queen Diamond Princess close out the show. Thank you.
All right. Am I on? Can you hear me? Am I botting?
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Princess. I appreciate it. I was gonna speak on.
Princess, close out the show. Thank you.
Got it. If I spoke out of line, I apologize. I'm just trying to take in and redirect some of the energy I received just off of hearing his closing remarks. I really am trying to be more positive and deliver a more positive direction, an example for people to see. But I mean, I understand it is F-Bomb Friday. We are able to freely speak our minds. However, the way I see it, I only see an example of why there's a such thing as divestment. I came on and I tried to be as cordial. I tried to be as cordial and respectful as I could, only to point out the fact that what is the example that he was looking for of a black man is not something that I see him actually fulfilling. He is not leading by his own example. In other words, he is not practicing what he is preaching. I would be more than happy to just sit and listen to his preaching his whatever his sermon is, to understand what a good option is to try to better ourselves as black men. However, I don't see that quality in him. I would rather have the conversation between him and I, maybe on a more private matter, so that we can get some things between men off our chests, so that we can provide a better example for the women that we want to bring back into the fold. Because the only reason, in my personal opinion, the only reason why we have such a movement in the first place is because of made up terms like stripperism. It does. I can't. I just can't. Stripperism. If we continue to say these things, then we start to give it life. We start breathing life into these sort of weird terms that just kind of come off the cuff. This is not our culture. Just because we have politicians using this as a tool and a framework to try to grasp our attention doesn't mean that it is part of our narrative. This is not our culture. If we want to stick to what the Bible deems to be our culture, then this still would prove that what we are seeing displayed as examples of what black is, it'd still be wrong. We can use Islam as a template, and everything that is being force fed to us, it still would be offensive in every facet of the definition itself. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter what template we use. My preference is to use the ancient cultures as a template. Again, my personal opinion. But to continue to use this Greek form of how we look at ourselves, we're going to continue to fall short in our own eyes. And then everybody else is going to capitalize on the fact that we feel that we are fallen short of some for some reason. We have not. Every culture, every thought of a culture ever imagined on this globe was touched by a black hand. And once we all remember that, then we have something to start on, a foundation to build off of or to rebuild off of. We lead the example when it comes to creativity, period. You don't have anything you don't have anything that is popular as of right now without first had gone through some sort of black filter. From the tools that we use every day to the functional systems that we send our children to, our schooling system, a black hand, our tools that we use every day, black hands. The fact that we call something a white house is gleamed from the Egyptians and the temples that they built, not Greek, Egyptian. And again, there's another Greek definition for something that wasn't theirs. That's not even their language. But we're not going back far enough into our own history to realize how great we really are. And then for us to move forward into time space, realizing that we still carry this greatness to this day, it's not a matter of being woke. No, not even a little bit, right? But we've got to flush out this amnesia that we're suffering from. We are walking zombies if we don't realize who we really are. And the evidence that we are great is found globally. If you just take the time to look at it, it's right there in front of your face. And I will relinquish the mic, and hopefully we can have another conversation about this topic and actually find different ways to actually progress and grow and cultivate our actual awakening, not just being woke.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Okay, first off, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for being so kind to me and welcoming on this panel. I know I am a moderator on Omega Courtney's channel. You guys have been really nice to me, and I really do appreciate you. I do not bash black men. I only call out the behaviors of not just black men, but black women as well, because they contribute to community as a whole when we do dysfunctional stuff. And if we want the black community to be family oriented And to be whole again, we got to get rid of things that are contributing to the dysfunction, like hip hop, R&B. Get rid of the gangbangers on our streets. If we get rid of those type of behaviors in our community will be better off than it is now. It is up to the parents to raise their children and to bring up their children to be responsible adults. We got to stop allowing our children to watch dysfunctional things on TV. They don't need to see that. We had enough of that. It's time to get rid of movies like Baby Boy and the rest of these gangster movies because there's there's too much of that imagery of black people going on than any positivity that we see, such as the Cosbys or Family Matters. If we want things to be done right, we have to do it ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. We have to be that stepping stone and say, look, not every black man is a gangster. Not every black woman is a stripper. We have more marketing viewings than just that. We are business oriented. We can construct it as in a professionally manner, and we can behave very well than what you see on TV. Those people on TV are just fantasies. They're not real. And the media is putting that propaganda out to the black community so we can stay in that dysfunction. And that's why most black women, myself, are divestors because we're not being divest does not mean dating outside your race. That's opening up options. Divest means you just get away from the misbehaviors from other people, the dysfunction. Treat people that treat you bad, saying that you're not going to be anything because they are jealous of you. That is dysfunctional behavior. And I just want to point that out there because, well, progressive got that wrong. If you want to look up divestment, look it up on Google. It does not mean date outside your race. Options mean date. You can go outside and have other options. So I want, if you guys have the time, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel that I am on. Put up your glowers, show support for Courtney Omega. Have Uncle Ray do this. And also, please go on my channel and support my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and support me as well. Because we got to get the message out there that not every black person is dysfunctional. We want to see our community great. We want to see black people to be great. But when you have dysfunction going on around you, how can the community be better? It can't. And with the few people that's trying to make the community, to get better, it can't happen because you got the other side, which is, more the rest of the side. They don't want that. They're glorifying violence and other behaviors in the community. So I want you guys to take this home with you. And I want you guys to be an example to the people in the community. This is how we are supposed to be. We're supposed to be functioning in this society and being productive in this society. and have a good family structure. We have to do that all over again. It's not going to happen in a drop of a dime. It's going to take over 100 years for Black people to get out of poverty. But it's going to have to start now for it to come into fruition, because I'm not going to lie, I had a dream that the Black community is going to make it out of poverty. Like, if you guys, even saw my dream, it's like we're living in Beverly Hills, like some kind of replica of Beverly Hills. It's a nice area. We have, our HBUs, Black kids wearing jerseys, wearing college jerseys, and we're living in nice houses. That's what I see. But it has to start now. We have to make that change now in order to get to what we want. And we can't rely on other communities to do it because they're already where they're at. We need to get onto their level. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for inviting me, Courtney. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really did enjoy the conversation. As said, it was very lively. I always appreciate when we can, and thank you for sharing your dream. My mom actually reached out to me in a dream actually in January, and I transcribed it, and I can't wait to share it with the channel. But yes, and as everyone knows, my mom transitioned 23 years ago. And so when she reached out to me in this dream and she told me, she gave me some specific content to share. I can't wait to share that. And so I do know how passionate and how important and instrumental dreams are. So I want to thank you. Again, Diamond, for giving me my first shot on a panel, for making me a moderator, and for being such a great moderator for my channel as well. I did want to also address something that will not be tolerated. You all, I give out wrenches very, very recreationally and freely, because what I want everyone to understand is that the conversation it's all of our responsibilities to elevate the conversation. It has come to my attention that someone has not only taken Woke's wrench away, but has also blocked him. I can't even see his responses in YouTube. That's not going to be tolerated nor appreciated.
It was
And the reason,
probably KK. It was probably
well,
KK.
excuse me, Woke, let me just finish this statement, please. The reason why this is also so important that this is not being done is because Woke and I have been talking for a while. We have been, we've been offline, just talking about these issues, talking about our channels, talking about getting messaging out. And recently, when he started doing lives, I was on his live. And this happened to me, where one of his moderators actually removed me. And so I absolutely won't tolerate the same thing happening over here, because how can I say, well, you know what, my room, my channel, content creators, you control that tempo in your room. You're a maestro. You control that. So how can I fully say that, and then it happens over here the same thing happens over here as well. We have to be equal opportunity. We have to be accountable. Whoever did that, please, I have no way of knowing, but don't ever think you can do that again, because from one person doing that, I'll take away everybody's wrench. And I really don't want to do that, because I want everyone to feel like we're on an equal playing field, that you all have equal contribution and an equal we can sit at a table, as opposed to me sitting up on a podium or behind a podium or on a dais and I'm looking down. I don't want to do that. I want us all to be able to look each other eye to eye and appreciate what we all have to contribute to discuss the amelioration and solution building, because that's what a glow up is all about. So please, whoever did that, whoever blocked them, whoever took the wrench away, glow up, please. Okay. So I understand that everybody wants to continue this conversation. I have no problem doing that, but we need a different agenda for a conversation, because I'm not just a person that just like to put up a live and just let it go from there. If you are not a member of MX Media Group, please do email me. The email is groupglowup@gmail.com. We are having a mandatory agenda meeting tomorrow. It is on Zoom. And from there, the State of the Melanin Address agenda will be created. The meeting tomorrow is private. It is a private meeting for content creators or content creator contributors that would like to present an agenda item for the State of the Melanin Address. You all, I am about solutions over here. We can talk all day. As Pastor Troy once said, anyone else that want us, you can talk that in my ear, but it ain't shit till you come down here. It is nothing until we can put something in action. So I'm not about just sitting around on these channels, rah, and we're not putting anything forward for actual action. So the State of the Melanin Address, which is always the first Saturday of every month, will take place next Saturday. If you would like to present an item for the agenda for the State of the Melanin Address, you need to email me tonight to get the Zoom link for the agenda prep meeting tomorrow, which my email address is groupglowup@gmail.com. Okay. Actually, KK, Screen Learning, I'm not that new. Remember, this channel is new, but I'm not new to YouTube. I'm literally 13 years in the game, and again, you know my background. So yes, somebody did see. Yes,
Well, I mean,
somebody did see him.
In regard to solutions, Courtney, I think that is a very important topic. And if we do decide to continue the conversation, I think that's something we should focus on, solutions. And what I think the solution for Black people should be is building families. Building families. At one point in the Black community, if we look at an era that was going on between the 50s and 60s, that's the era in which the Black community was most ingrained in the church. We got our identity in the church. And during that time period in the Black community, there was still poverty, but you saw higher moral standards. You saw a lot less Black on Black crime. You saw a lot less baby mamaism. Black men were, I mean, it still happened, but Black men were running away from the families less. Black men were staying within the households. We saw a lot less of the dysfunction that we see today. And I would argue that we did that because we derived a moral standard from the Bible. We derived we actually had moral standards that we adhered to. When a woman would have a baby out of wedlock, or when she would get pregnant and she wasn't married back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, that was looked at as a shameful act. She would hide herself. She would be ashamed. She would find some other man to marry because that was looked at as so shameful. Why is that? That is because at some point we understood living up to a moral standard. And I'm glad that Diamond fleshed out a lot of her points. She did inform me a little bit as to what divesting was, but that still doesn't take away the point. Then I'm always going to say this, Courtney. You gave me this, and I'm always going to take this and run with it. Regardless of whether it's expanding your options or whatever, you might still date Black men. I really don't care. But we should not be divesting from our community. We should be investing into our community. And whenever we take up the mantle to invest and not breed the Black race out of existence and not engage in genetic annihilation, the community will be much better off. And not only do we choose to invest, what do we invest with? We invest with morality. We invest with Christianity, which is the only true religion. We invest with moral standards that will build and grow our community, make our families better, And only when we decide to do this as a community will we succeed. We can try any other way. We can talk about defunding the police. We can talk about Black Lives Matter, which is a gay organization. We can talk about all these other options. But until we decide to invest in morality and invest in the Black family, we will be doomed to suffer and die as a people. We will be. And you know, Dominant, like I said, I'm glad that you decided to tell me a little bit more about divesting. But let me ask you this, Diamond, are you a Christian? Diamond, are you a Christian? All right, I think we may have lost Diamond. She's over there taking care of those babies that don't have fathers. But KK is a bad example of a woman. And let me tell you why. KK is the type of woman that will never get married. KK is the type of woman that will never find a man to be with her. Why? She's unruly. She don't believe in the Bible. She don't believe in God. She don't believe in the truth. What does she believe in? She believes in this B1 narrative that tells her to speak over everybody else and talk over everybody else and holler and scream and just be an unruly, poor, bad example of a woman and take people's wrenches and block people on the channel. That's what KK decides to do. KK says, woke progressive, he's living in 1940, in the 1940s, judging Black women. Divest from here, Diamond. You can build here and still leave. No, you can't. You cannot leave the Black community and still build. That's a lie. Iron 246, and I would like for you guys to come up and tell me about the lies that you're promoting. Tell me, because at one point we were successful as a Black community, but the minute we got away with it and jumped on board with what you guys are jumping on board to, that's when we began to fail. Iron 2468 says, Brother Woke, I agree with Black women and Black men staying together, and Black Lives Matter is indeed deleterious to us. The powers that be have co-opted the movement. Yeah, he's definitely right about that. Diamond Princess has good judgment. She will do what's best for her, KK. I agree with you, KK. And KK, I don't think that's her real name. You add another K onto it, and that suffices. So KKK, that's her name. You know, guys, don't tell Diamond that divesting is okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Courtney, I would definitely like for you to drop that link again so that these fools can come onto this panel and articulate their lies. It is not okay for Black women or Black men to divest.
Listen, well, no one is fools. Okay, we're not going to keep referring to people this way. And it has come to my attention that we really do need to go ahead and shut this live down for right now, because I've got to do some housekeeping. Okay. with some moderators. I've got to do some housekeeping.
It was Hope who told you that?
No, it was not. Listen.
Who was it? Well, I mean, we're getting the truth out here. I'm getting the truth out.
Woke.
Well, Diamond, don't you come in now, because I tried to ask you a question, Diamond.
I was busy with my niece while you were talking. So I couldn't answer you because I was in another room. So, well, nobody can't take your ranch away except for the person that's running the channel. So I don't know, because YouTube got some strange ways of doing things. So if I were you, I would, get in contact with them. Because I highly doubt that Omega Courtney will take your ranch away. She's not that kind of person to do that. She doesn't hold grudges against anybody.
And I didn't.
She would not do that to you.
I don't think it was Courtney. I think it was one of these other people in the comment section.
The moderators don't have that kind of power.
Well, somebody blocked me. I didn't block myself. I can't block myself. So it was one of these fools in the comment section.
And I honestly, I just, what I did was I logged off. That's why the conversation was going without me. And I checked into my studios. I haven't done it, so I need to figure out what the heck is going on. So I need to do some housekeeping. Iron said,
"Well, how about this, Courtney?
Done it now."
How about this, Courtney? How about we do this?
Okay, let me hear. What's your plan, Woke?
You drop the link out, all right, and give people time to come in. You let them onto the panel and let them. I advise don't let it be KK because she's not going to let anybody talk. We're not going to have a productive conversation with KK up here. But everybody except for KK, drop the link.
Did you just say everybody can come except for KK?
Yes, because KK.
Well, you are so funny. I'm putting you on mute. Well, you all check for a link in about 30 minutes. Check for a link in about 30 minutes.
We don't want to keep you, from what you're doing. Courtney, if you have something to do, then do it. You don't have to stay on for us. This is your channel.
Yeah, thank you. It's not that I don't want to have, it's not that I have something else to do, it's not that I don't want to, but listen, I want to do this housekeeping. But I do think that what we need to be in the spirit of doing is building up solutions. And again, if you would like to be on the State of the Melanin Address, we are going to have a mandatory meeting tomorrow. I don't mind doing these lives. I really do not. But again, I don't want them to get. I don't want them to get out of hand. I don't want us to get off topic. I don't want us to get where we're just talking over each other because to me that's not productive. And I'm at a point in my life while we cannot. Well, I cannot just have that type of time. Just going with not being productive. And yes, woke, I agree. Stop spreading rumors. I don't know who did it. I don't know what's being done, but I do need to check some things in my some more things into my, because there are some things that I saw in my studios that are not my doing. Also, there's a video up there that I didn't put up there. There's some other things going on, so I do need to see what's happening here. I think that there might be some hacking. At any rate.
Omega, should we do a private Zoom meeting with the moderators?
I think that would be a great idea. We can do it.
Just email all the moderators, set up a date and time where we should meet.
That's a great idea. Thank you so much. This is why you're my number one moderator, Diamond Princess, always doing some great troubleshooting. And, I don't want us to get into this habit of, we're just kind of not really appreciating the power that we have when we're in these type of spaces together, with keeping the conversation elevated, with keeping everybody engaged. It has been lively. Thank you, KK. KK has confirmed she doesn't block people.
Well, KK is a big liar. But I did.
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm removing you. Removing you. So, again, if everyone wants to check back, if you do, I'm going to put out a topic. If you want to talk about this topic, do come. If you don't, that's fine. And it'll be out in about 30 minutes. But I am going to, all moderators, please look out for an email. I'm going to be sending that out. But I really need to check in this YouTube studio to see what's happening, because there are just some things that are on my account that I did not do. And so I'm a little concerned that there has to be some type of access someone else is having some other way. So, and I'll check with my children too, because yes, they're the only other ones that have passwords to all of my email accounts. So until next time, Diamond Princess, make sure you guys get your crowns up when you're visiting her channel. She is royalty. Again, the song that was played at the top of the live was Queen by Janelle Monáe featuring Erykah Badu. If you would like to check that out, the Why Are You Single Saturday series continues. Tomorrow we will be talking or discussing why single parents have a little bit of a harder time when we're dating. And we're just not going to talk about the obvious, of course. And Chris is back. So Chris is healed, he is back, and he's ready to go for tomorrow. So you guys know what to do. Until next time, please, in all that you do, go ahead and say it with me, Diamond Princess. Glow up.
Bye, y'all.